time. Like a lot of people, I keep my cleaning implements in one of these. This is what Americans
It's quite quiet.
It is closet.
would call a closet, but sometimes in Britain we refer to this as a cupboard.
Now, since
Cupboards.
cupboards/closets can get
I never heard about this word cabbage.
quite dark on the inside, it's quite a good idea to have one of these around. Partly because it makes it easier to look inside the closet, but also because I like to play horror pranks on my wife. Anyway, in Britain, this is known as a torch, whereas in America, it's a flashlight.
Yeah, I got it, man.
It's really
My
clean.
cleaning-
Everyone, hello, my name is Alex and I'm studying English, and today I want to watch with you interesting video because this video will be unusual. This video named British Guy Reacting to British versus American Words for Stuff Around the House. I'm in this video, yes, and I think what Lost in the Pond said about Lav Luka in his video. Yes, and I'm guessing, of course, but I think what I'm right. Yes, and anyway, you can support me. You can leave like and subscribe to me. I appreciate it very much. And of course, I will leave links below from these guys. Yes, let's do it.
Yo, so guys, we're back to another video. This is another Lost in the Pond reaction, and yeah, I had a lot of suggestions for this overnight, and yeah, I had a lot of suggestions through my Instagram messages, my Twitter feed.
Yes, and I want to see our subtitles. Sorry, Lav Luka, but I need it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we don't have subtitles. Anyway, let's go.
Messages. And yeah, video is British versus American words for stuff around the house. Apparently our feature in the video, which is pretty cool. I'm interested to see about that. But you know how I feel about these word type videos. I always find them quite just fun to look at and fun to sort of see the differences. It's a weird thing for me to be interested in, but I do just find the differences quite cool, basically. But yeah, I had a lot of suggestions for this one. I had a lot of suggestions. I mean, yeah, before we get into it, please go to his video, watch his first, and then come to my reaction after, because I mean, yeah, he deserves the views, basically. And if you haven't checked the channel out, links in the description to his channel, all that kind of stuff. Links all in the description.
I want to say also some words what these guys both are doing great job, and of course Lots in the Pond are clever guy, and I like his video because I like what he's thinking. He's trying to explain different stuff. And yes, for me it is really interesting, and his speech are helping me to understand American culture and British culture. Of course, it is my purpose to speak in English fluently and understand your cultures. Yes, let's go.
In the description for anything to do with his channel. But yeah, man, let's get into this. Let's see what he has to say, and let's see where I come into this video, man. I'm interested. I'm really interested. But yeah, before we get into it, quick shout out to my Instagram and my Twitter, links in the description for those. Same for my Patreon, links all there for those interested. And yeah, man, let's see what good old Loz has got to say.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to words, specifically and scientifically, words for stuff found around the house. And so once again, in order to do this...
What is my hair? Can it go down?
It's alright.
What the hell is that? So you see why I'm having this absolute mess in my head. I did hairdressers again. They're actually open, I just can't be asked to go.
I'm going to get up off this chair and go from room to room. No, just cut. I'll sit. I'll go in my own time. Like a lot of people, I keep my cleaning implements in one of these. This is what Americans...
It's quite quiet.
It is closet.
...would call a closet, but sometimes in Britain we refer to this as a cupboard.
Now, since cupboards/closets can get
I never heard about this word cabbage.
quite dark on the inside, it's quite a good idea to have one of these around. Partly because it makes it easier to look inside the closet, but also because I like to play horror pranks on my wife. Anyway, in Britain, this is known as a torch, whereas in America, it's a flashlight.
Yeah, I got it, man.
Spring cleaning.
What the hell is spring cleaning? What is spring cleaning? I always thought spring cleaning was when you just cleaned for spring. This is going to be my guess. Spring cleaning. Spring's after autumn, which in the US is fall, I think. Fall. Obviously, after autumn, there's lots of leaves on the floor. They're just sort of sitting around. Spring cleaning. You're cleaning the leaves off the road. You're cleaning all like the sort of the debris or whatever it is. I think that's what my closest guess of spring cleaning would be. I mean, I guess I'm gonna find out what it is because I have no idea what it is. But
I think my guess is spring cleaning is cleaning the house in the spring because he's showing us house.
Of choice is one of these. I think we all know what this is, but we don't all have the same word for it. In Britain, we might refer to this as a vacuum cleaner, sure, but we might also refer to it as a Hoover. Now, any Americans watching this might be thinking, that's not a Hoover, it doesn't have the Hoover branding on it. So here's the thing, Hoover is an American company that was formed in the early 20th century. It just happens that they were around at the same time as President Herbert Hoover and FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover. And the popular belief is that they all sucked, especially the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, they all sucked. Oh, that's a not a very nice thought to see. My camera is messed up. I apologise for this absolute mess.
That's beside the point. The Hoover company marketed their product in Britain, and at some point the word Hoover became a genericized term for vacuum cleaner. And that's what I mean when I talk about memos that got lost in the pond. In America, you will hear the term vacuum cleaner, but some Americans will call this a sweeper, not to be confused.
Sweeper?
A sweep? Isn't a sweep one of those things that you use to sweep the floor? That's a brush. That's a brush.
The defensive position in football, soccer. Now, one of these motorized suck machines is going to be useless without one of these. In case you're not familiar with plug sockets, who is not familiar with plug sockets?
I'm not familiar.
US sockets are crazy, man. They're so weird. There's one like short one, there's one long one, and there's this one that you can use for some other appliances. Like what? That's just strange.
People that don't call them plug sockets.
Really
to be clear, that's what I call this, having grown up in Britain. But in the US, they might be referred to simply as a socket or an outlet. In fact, either word might be used at different times to denote different applications. This contraption might be described as a socket when you're putting a plug into the wall, but as an outlet when describing the electricity that comes out. And if you're excited to learn more about the physical differences between British and American plugs, be sure to subscribe and hit my bell because that video is coming soon.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Now, here's a hypothetical scenario that I definitely just made up. What if you need to vacuum in the other wing of your house, but the other...
I'm sorry, I've got to find out what spring cleaning is. What is spring cleaning? Wait.
One moment. Spring cleaning checklist. Wash baseboards, door, ceiling, windows, seats. Yes. Wash windows inside, and yes, it is a cleaning house.
It is. Oh, it actually is to do with spring.
In the springtime.
Oh.
Yes.
Boy, I'm onto something right now. I just thought that was a stupid guess, but it's actually, I mean, it's not to do with autumn, I don't think. I'll take that, you know. I will take that. I was not expecting that guess to actually be somewhat true.
The other plug sockets, for whatever reason, aren't working. Firstly, call maintenance, but in the meantime, you might want to use one of these. You can't see it here, but this is a very long wire that allows you to move devices over greater distances. In Britain, we might call this a power extender, or I was known to call it an extension lead. From there, it's not too big a...
They're the extension leads in the US. They're so...
Extension lead?
I mean, I think that's probably better, to be honest. Extension leads in the UK are so different. Is that... I can't get my extension lead because my fucking... It's all connected to my computer.
To arrive at the American term, extension cord. And you join me now in the lounge, or as Americans would call it, the living room. We call it that.
I love his...
I actually just wanted to point out that we call it lounge.
So beautiful cat, oh my gosh.
And also apparently drawing room, although only about 7 people use that term. Anyway, you can probably hear some sounds in the background. That is my voice, Tara's voice, and that of Lav Luka.
Oh shit!
For sure.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Look at me. I was not expecting this.
In other words, this is now a reaction
Oh, shout out the boys. Oh, that is sick, man. That is made my day.
video of Lav Luka's reaction video of Lost in the Pond.
My reaction video to you.
Yes.
Wait.
But it doesn't I say it? Brochure.
Oh, I still got the activate windows as well. Oh, mate, there's a flipping, what is it? Activate windows. Oh, mate. What's it called? When the things within a thing, I can't.
I'm glad for Lav Luka because he's working hard. Yes, I'm glad for him. Really glad.
In other words, this is now a reaction video of Lav Luka's reaction video of Lost in the Pond. I know.
And now I'm reacting to him reacting to. Oh boy, what is happening? What is happening?
This is really meta, and it's difficult to talk over you, Lav. So I'll just let you talk. Anyway, the important
He fucking knew I was coming to the
thing
video.
here is the device I'm using to watch it.
I should have done my hair up a little bit. Oh god.
In both
What's
Britain
happening?
and America, of course, we often refer to the television as the TV. But in Britain, we also call it the telly, because we just love putting the letter
Telly?
Y on the end of an existing word and saying, here you go, here's a new word, right? Think brekkie for breakfast, chocky for chocolates, and Laurie for Lawrence. And of course, this is the 21st century. If I want to change the channel from Lost in the Pond to Lav Luka, I don't want to have to get up and do that manually at the TV itself, right? I've got a huge coffee table in the way, not to mention a huge coffee cup. So that's why we have one of these. Where I come
Remote
from, this is
control.
known as a TV remote.
TV remote. I think I call it a remote control to be fair. But yes, I call it TV remote. I don't even
Right,
know.
and you might hear that in the United States too. You might
TV
also hear remote in both countries. But I was 26 years
Oh,
old and living in Indiana when I heard a Midwesterner refer to this as a clicker. To this day, I'm not really
Clicker?
sure whether
Clicker?
clicker is a Midwesternism. So if you live in the United States but not the Midwest and still
I heard clicker when you are doing presentation, maybe at the university, in the university, this thing are named clicker. And I heard about from this word from some lessons. Yes, I was watching online lessons and I heard about this, but not about TV remote. Yes,
call this a clicker, let me know in the comments below.
in the kitchen.
The first word difference to note about a kitchen
Stove
is possibly the
and
stove.
oven.
That's the word that Americans perhaps use most commonly to describe the entire unit. In Britain, to describe the exact same thing, we might also use stove, perhaps even oven. But growing up, I was always fond of cooker, which linguistically
Cooker?
pairs well with clicker. Second thoughts, do not cook your TV remotes. Of course, both Britain and America have different names for different parts.
And again, I heard before cooker, stove, and yes, cooker, stove, and oven. Yes, I've heard these words, but I don't know how I must use them because I never was in real life in the kitchen, in British kitchen or American kitchen. I never was there before.
Parts of the cooker. The top part of the oven, which you might use for boiling eggs or creating impressive B-roll, is known to Brits as the hob. In America, you'll typically hear stovetop. Of course, when it comes to actually eating the food, you can't just use your hands unless you're American. Sometimes you're gonna need a knife and fork, and don't get me wrong, it's not those words that differ, but the collective term we use to describe
Cutlery.
them. In Britain, these would be described as cutlery, or as I like to say, cutlery, because I'm not human. In America, the collective term for the exact same objects is silverware, or
So, I have heard that term actually.
more specifically, flatware,
In the US, I've never heard it in the UK, but I have heard the term
because
before.
I don't really know why. A
Flat.
spoon doesn't look particularly flat, but from space, neither does the Earth. And then once we're done with the eating, it's time to do the washing up. It's a boring job, but somebody's got to do it. Come here, cat. Dishes. Where you going?
No.
But this part in the process comes with quite a few word differences. Firstly, you've got what the British would call washing up liquid. In America, it's dish soap, or as Dawn is trying to push on us, dishwashing liquid.
This dishwashing
And you can't wash dishes without water,
wash dishes.
which in Britain comes out of a tap A common synonym of this in the United States is faucet. And then you dry everything off with what the British would call a tea towel and the Americans a dish towel. It looks like a really terrifying puppet. Why are you shaking? Oh, that's me. I'm doing that.
Oh my god, poor
Well,
you.
here we are again, you and me in my bathroom, except I'm the only one who's actually here and you're just watching, which is worse. All that to say, I'm going to keep this brief.
It's you kills me,
Ever
man, I swear
used
to
one of
God.
these? It's not a pair of underwear. It is in fact a piece of fabric with which you wash your body. Now, for the sake of time and because the FCC said that I couldn't do this, I'm not going to show it in action. I'm just here to tell you that in Britain we call this a flannel. In America it's often referred to as a washcloth or a face cloth. That ironically it looks like a puppet without a face. As with the kitchen, the same applies here. We have faucet versus tap. And I couldn't do another segment in the bathroom without talking about the toilet, because that's what I do. Sure, both countries use that very word, but each is absolutely loaded with synonyms. So in Britain you've got loo, bog, latrine.
I just got real dizzy. What the fuck? I just got real dizzy. God damn, was this a chair? Is the chair like getting weird or am I getting like...
Lavatory, lav,
I don't know how it's called.
porcelain.
Lav! People were telling me lav is literally like some way you can say toilet in the US. Oh god.
Airing range and bog. In America you have
Oh, in the UK.
the John, the
I didn't even know that.
commode, the pot, the potty, the porcelain god, the crapper, and my personal favourite, the bowl. And
One moment, I didn't see. Lion, witch, and the closet.
And finally, you
No,
may
I wish
remember in my bedroom video from earlier this year, I talked about how America has walk-in closets and Britain has wardrobes. Now that's not really relevant for this video because the two things are quite different. This was just an excuse to show off our new walk-in closet. These aren't my dresses, by the way. My dresses are over here. But if you come inside...
I'm surprised he's got that much room, man. From my experiences with my girlfriend, but she's taken up the whole closet. I'm getting a little shelf. I'm getting one shelf myself. Rest is hers, man, because I can't even lie. There's no point arguing at that point, man. Just leave it to
I do
her.
have one.
In Russia, we don't have clothes. This stuff, this room for... Oh my gosh, how he said this room? I don't remember. But in Russia, we don't have this room. Yes. And I also have some, maybe 3 shelves for my clothes. I don't have a lot of shelves.
But I mean, obviously, he's not got the same problems. I envy you.
One
I
last thing
envy
to show
you.
you, and don't worry, it's not a pair of jorts. Now, I know that this might seem sensationally weird, but in this storage facility behind me, I keep things like my underpants. The drawers are see-through, aren't they? Just pretend that what you see here isn't plastic and rubbish, and just imagine that it is in fact made of mahogany. These are just temporary placeholder drawers that we've had for 4 years. Anyway, the point is, in Britain, I would have called this, or its mahogany equivalent, a chest of drawers. In America, no need for any chests around here, it's just drawers. Or apparently some Americans refer to a chest of drawers as a bureau, which would confuse the British and the French for different reasons. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the...
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
just thinking, why did he use that clip of me again? Was there something that linked off from it? Or was it just
comments below some of the word differences that you're aware of that pertain to the house. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, shout out to Lost Upon, man. Shout out to Lawrence. He deserves the support. Hopefully, just go to his video, man. Not hopefully. Please go to his video. Show him some love. Tell him that I sent you. And yeah, man. I'm still gassed about that. I'm not even going to lie. But I just want to see. What was the word I said again? Brochure. Wait.
That of Lav Luka.
But it does when I say it. Brochure.
Brochure.
In other words, this is now a reaction video of Lav.
Mate, that's made my day. I'm actually gassed about that. I'm not even going to lie.
I want to say, of course, I love this video very much because here I can see how people using words in American world and also in British world, in American world and in British world. Yes, and of course for me it is interesting to hear these differences and also to hear opinion Luka, British guy, what he's thinking about this or those stuff, because yes, it is interesting for me to know your culture, American and British culture. Yes, and yes, let's go. Let's watch.
Thank you to you guys for actually making this even happen, man. I mean, I'm just here reacting to videos, man. I know this style of content is easy. It is easy, but it's fun for me to do. He obviously seems to appreciate it. Again, I wouldn't be doing this to people's channels if they wouldn't want me to, if they told me. But he got to me when I did my first ever reaction, because I was getting suggestions to react to his channel for months, honestly, for months. And I finally did one, and as soon as I did it, he like tweeted it out. He showed like he just seemed like really cool about it, basically, and I was really surprised. And since then, I've done loads more reactions, and I'm seeing a lot of other people are doing reactions to videos as well, and it makes sense because the videos are just fun to do, man. I just hope we're not taken away from like his channel, because he deserves like the support, man. He does, he honestly does. But let's get into some of the comments, man, because again, I had a lot of people suggesting like this video, so maybe there are people mentioning it in the comments, because we do have some of the same viewers. In America, a chest of drawers is also called a dresser.
What? In America, a chest of drawers is called. I check.
Chest of drawers is what I call a dresser. I guess once people start making reaction videos to you, then you're indeed officially a sensation. I wish I could heart it. My family is from, I don't know what that is.
KY, it is
KY. And we
city.
grew up using the term chest of drawers, but as kids we practically call them Mr. Chest Drawers. When I grew up,
maybe I will find KY. Yes, because of course in this video I didn't translate Kentucky. It is KY. Yes, maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, this video are really useful for me. Yes.
I grew up, the word my dad used for America was the name of, what the fuck? I don't know how that is. I've lost my train of thought was the name of any kid next to the TV. But something we all have in common is how home can't compete with any other place most of the time. Nice of him to point out, Lav Luka, you need to collaborate. That gassed me, man. Wait, Luka about to blow his mind when he watches this one. Bro, I was just so confused. I got loads of messages and stuff. Like, wait, what the fuck? Is this some sort of troll? The poor kid is going to faint when he sees this. He probably. Hey, I'm not a fanboy. I'm just sort of. I am gassed about this. I'm just like,
yes.
I'm like, what the fuck? I just do reaction videos, man. I don't know how I've shithoused this one. I've just fluked it, mate. So I'm seeing Lost in the Point show of Luka. I can't even read, man. I swear to you, I'm not.
Watching Inception. One moment. I want to see this. Inception. Ah, yes. I get it.
I'm not lost in the head. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Lav Luka reacting to Lost in the Pond is like watching Inception. That's the word, Inception! That's the word. My mind is blowing, but my heart's happy. Lav and Kafka in supporting roles. Mate, what a day to be alive, man. I am so gassed about that.
Yes.
Oh, it's still here. I don't know how it's not bad. Hopefully there's no information there that you can hack me with. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.
Oh, we did it. It was really interesting. Yes, and of course I want to say you what this video was difficult for me for watching, because Lav Luka are reading too fast for me, and also here I didn't have subtitles. Yes, maybe that's why for me it was a little difficult. But anyway, I think what I get overall message from this video, and I'm glad what you was watching with me this video. And yes, thank you for watching me. Thank you for supporting me. And you can leave a like and subscribe to me. It means for me a lot. And of course, see you next time.